Steven Universe, whatever episodes they are. Let's start with the first one, Reformed. This episode I don't really like rewatching. I think it's a good episode of introducing a couple concepts to the audience of like gems have to take time to reform, otherwise they won't come out right. They can't rush the reformation, which is kind of interesting that go down this episode. But also showing out more of Amethyst's insecurities and trying to be with other things. But I feel like the way it's shown in this episode, I'm like, I don't really see this in other episodes with her character. I don't really see her trying to be other people. But it's just an uncomfortable episode to watch on purpose, right? But it's just not pleasant to watch. And yeah, it explores things with these characters about Amethyst's insecurities, things like that. But there isn't really much to say about it. Next episode, it's a much better episode. It has one of the best songs of the whole series, "Sword to the Sword." Basically, Connie, Steven realizes Connie might be really good with a sword, so he gets Pearl to train Connie, which is really weird that Steven does some of these things because it's like, bro, you went through training with Pearl, and that fucked you up for a while, bro. But okay. So Connie becomes a great pupil to Pearl, but also she's very clearly projecting some of her own insecurities of the way Rose made her feel like she was nothing. And you hear that in the song, and Garnet catches wind of this. It kind of explains this to Steven. Steven has to stand up and say, no, we fight together. I think what's really great about this episode is you see it one way when you watch the series for the first time, not knowing the twist with Pink Diamond. Because Pearl says to Connie says to Pearl basically and says, did Rose make you feel like you were nothing? And she says, no, she made me feel like I was everything. We know that is a lie, though. Rose was an abusive asshole. And it took time for Pearl to really realize that and let go of her love for this person. And for in her death to view her for the way that she actually was. Because if Pearl was viewing shit objectively, no. Yes. Rose did things and played around with Pearl's emotions on purpose. And I wish that had been explored better in the show, but you can definitely read between the lines and catch what the creators were intending with some of these scenes. Because goddamn, So, yeah, I think this is a really fucked up episode in retrospect that says a lot about Pearl's character and her relationship with Rose in very different ways than I originally thought. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.